Harry Potter likes just about everyone, except he really hates Malfoy. Harry Potter asked Cho Chang to the ball. Cho Chang said that she'd rather die. Here we are, we're doing a fucking podcast. We're millennials, it's all we know how to do. Harry Potter.
Welcome to Nargles and Other Nonsense, a Harry Potter podcast full of spells, jinxes, and curses. The adult kind. We are the Hags of Hogsmeade, and I am Casey.
I'm Gabby.
And I'm Jeremy Luke Michael III. I'm here after my softball game.
Cool.
You should probably let them know who you actually are, since this is only our second podcast.
Camille.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. It's me, Paige. I'm the kooky one.
I think that was, pretty evident in the...
Okay. All right. We got it.
Yeah.
Came for a roast.
I just wanted to have fun with my friends, but I just found out they don't like me. Let's get into it today.
So this week we're going to talk about the books versus movies. We're going to focus on book 1 and 2, also known as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Or if you're from Britain, or the UK, I should say, to be correct, it's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. If you're listening from the UK, though, thank you.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
I ain't bothered.
Hello.
Hello.
If anybody...
Yeah.
I'm going to apologize on behalf of them.
I ain't bothered.
Casey's not putting up with shit on this podcast today.
Yeah, in her real life, all
I'm
she does
tired.
is put up with shit. Just kidding.
No, she doesn't put up with our shit.
I put up with a good amount.
I'm
I'm sitting here right now.
She says tired and ready to die.
She's
All right,
an
so,
Aries.
book 1.
Which I read. I have read. I just want everyone to know.
Recently.
I have read that
A
book.
recap.
I did. I read that book recently.
Okay, cool.
Big fan. What a way to start.
Did you have any problems reading the first book? Do you remember?
Like when I was
Like
younger?
she can't read?
No, getting into it a lot. I mean, I've read online that so many people started reading the books and didn't. Sorry, I'm still laughing at the can you read. Sorry. No, they couldn't get into it because of Vernon's drills. It's a thing that people didn't like it.
I wanted to talk about the beginning.
Because it
and
weird.
how we start with Vernon and him going to work and seeing the weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
I like that though.
I didn't have a problem getting past that point, but I guess people were like, "This is boring." I mean, as an 8-year-old reading it or something.
Yeah, but I liked it when I was young. I like it now. I'm pretty sure I liked it when I was younger. I don't remember being like, "Why is it about this old man?" But I liked it. I like it now because it's an introduction and you kind of see, okay, this isn't something that's normal, and this is what a normal day is. You go to work. That's more relatable to me. I understand going to work, walking across the street to eat from a bakery, and then coming back to work and having your regular set stuff, and then you're why is all this weird shit happening? Why are there people in funny outfits? I just want to sell drills. And then you get introduced to Harry, okay, you know what a regular day is like, then all this weird stuff's happening, and then it's here's why it's this little baby.
I think the tone and the voice and the whimsicalness and kind of the silliness of it is also what carries it.
Yeah. I mean, because then the movie's so much different. They start right off with Harry Potter being dropped off on the doorstep.
Yeah.
You see Dumbledore first, and that's how it begins. So I just find it interesting that I think that's how most people associate the beginning of the book, because the movies came out, was it 2001?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
and so we were all pretty young at that point, and so it was just and the book and movies are so close for the first two that it's pretty hard to remember the differences between them, because they follow them because the books are so short. Yeah, I mean, they're not that short, but to book to movie, it's pretty close.
And they do follow really, really closely.
Yeah,
you can I like that those two, the tone for the first two, they're so similar, not to each other. And also to the books, because I think you get a little bit you get the silliness and stuff, which I like. I like when they're in the Great Hall for the first time and all the ghosts just fly in, because if you're 11 and you've never seen that, you're gonna be like, huh? why is there a ghost? And then John Cleese is there and you're excited about it.
Yeah.
But you're like, all right, this
As
is
you
the
are
setup.
when you see John Cleese.
When you see John Cleese, you're like, this is what I've been waiting for. But I don't remember what the point was. So there.
That's something I forgot. Oh, I feel like...
As you can see, we're very prepared this time.
We're really
I
prepared.
feel like on one hand, I have two things. They start with, like, Dumbledore, because I feel like in the third-person perspective of the books, you're a little more branched out in the world, but for, like, the movie, we're just going to focus on Harry, because they only have so much time.
Yeah.
I was going to say something else. Oh, and for us, this was, like, I feel like maybe the first big book that got turned into movies, and is now just set this standard for, like, how movies should be adapted from books. And when you get something that's, like, in the book but not in the movies that meant something to you, it's like heart-wrenching almost. And upsetting.
Well, I mean, they set a lot of standards
Oh,
for, I mean, I don't remember that many. There was a couple movies that would be like, oh, it was a book first or whatever, but now it's just like, if a book comes out, you're like, hey, when's the movie?
Yeah.
And like putting two-parter out there, that was them first. They did, you know, the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, and then Twilight had to come along and be like, yeah, we're gonna do that too, because we need to do that for some reason.
Quick shout out to Twilight.
Love those books.
Quick
Love
shout-
those movies.
Honestly, those movies have brought me so much joy in my life. Not because they're like special or they mean a lot to me. They're just genuinely like very comedic movies, and they're genuinely very funny.
The Robert Pattinson interviews that we've gotten.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
so
you.
just like quick segue, thanks Twilight. Now back to what's really important, another series of books. What? Huh? Oh, I was gonna say something, but now it's gone. Oh, I was just gonna say I do agree that when you do have a movie and there's something important to you in the book, and then it's not in the movie, and you're mad.
Like, just getting into it, but like we never hear about Neville almost being like the chosen one. And I think that's such a big thing, but that's different.
That and
we'll get into it later.
we can get into that, but just like
But like these first two movies,
very very close.
Yeah. Like,
And-
they did such a good job.
Very brightly lit. Huge fan, because my eyes are terrible.
good job.
So
Yeah,
really a big fan
No
of the
dark
lighting.
scenes whatsoever. He's in like, you know, the Chamber of Secrets, and it's just like, you see everything. It's
You
fine.
can see-
You
you
can see
see
down.
It's a chamber.
You see all the bones.
Doesn't matter
When
that he's
they're-
underground.
Oh, yeah.
When they're like in the forest, you're like, oh. In the first one, you're like, there it is. And I remember when I saw the movie, the first movie, I thought I was gonna be like terrified of seeing Voldemort in the actual, like, by the Mirror of Erised. I thought that would be very scary, like when the turban came off. But what really scared me was when they were in the forest.
Yes.
And he was drinking the blood, and then he was like, ugh, and he flew over the roots.
Ooh,
and
It
it
scared the
yeah.
shit out of me when
that
I was little.
Very scary. That was what
I
scared me.
loved the movies, but like, no, I remember just covering my eyes for that scene, and then I would always jump at the scene that they did in the restricted section, and the book opens, and it screams, and I was like, first of all, that's not in the book, like that happens, like it's just
Chris
he talks about like
Columbus.
the like weird things that he comes across, but like that scene made me jump. I mean, I was
And it's scary. That's like a
6.
jump scare.
That is a jump scare.
6 years
We
old when I
got
saw it, so
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember when I saw the first one, but I remember I had seen the second one, I think, when it had come out, because I remember talking to one of my friends about it. Like, I was at her house for dinner, and like her parents were talking about like maybe letting her go see it because she hadn't read the books or like whatever. And I was like, I loved it. I saw it with my parents, and they were like, your parents let you see that? And I was like, yeah, because I had already read the books, and they weren't going to be like, no, you can't go.
I was scared of Voldemort when he killed Harry's parents
In the flashbacks?
in the flashback.
Oh, I forgot
that
about
was
that, yeah.
so terrifying.
that was
to
scary
me.
too.
When she does that,
As he sweeps up the
the
drive.
slow
And he looks just terrifying in that black cloak.
when that spin that his
Yes.
mom does when she
Yes,
dies.
the iconic.
Iconic death spin. The original death drop. Lily Evans.
I remember I saw the first one in theaters with my godmother. I don't know why. I think because everyone in school had seen it. And she was like, oh, there's going to be an intermission. Because I don't know how long it had been since she had seen a movie. And so she's like, no, they're going to stop it in the middle. We'll get popcorn then. And then the movie didn't stop in the middle. It just kept going. And I was like, I'm so hungry. I just wanted popcorn.
Oh my god.
That's really funny.
So funny. They should bring back intermissions though. Do you know how often I have to leave a movie to go pee and then I
I have never
dart
seen
back?
you leave a movie to go pee.
When we saw Spider-Man Homecoming, I had to leave to go pee.
I don't remember at all.
You don't remember things that I do. That's why. You just don't listen to me.
If you guys want, there's a quiz online that I found that we can just go through.
I'm not allowed to clap, but you are.
I don't clap extremely loud
Extremely
and
loud.
incredibly close to the
In
microphone.
Extremely loud and
Incredibly
close.
close. You got it! You caught it!
I'm a fucking literary genius. That's why.
All right, so this is from howstuffworks.com. I don't know. I just
Ooh,
Googled.
Cool. Love
Like-
this site. Sponsor us, howstuffworks.com.
Sponsor us, Stephanie Meyer.
All right, so you can play along if you're listening, but
Yay.
question 1.
Play along.
In the film, The Sorcerer's Stone,
Okay.
Harry meets Draco at the Great Hall. Where does he meet him in the book?
Madam Milkins.
Madam Malkin.
Wow, that's even more specific. The choices. I was going to give the choices
Gabby's
for
just going
everyone.
off.
Because the choices were Hogwarts Express,
No.
London, Diagon Alley, which London is a trick question because that Diagon Alley is in London. So I'm not really sure.
Howitworks.com.
What
Figure
the
it
How
out.
it works.
Oh, look, we got it correct. Great.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, question 2. What ghostly ghoul is not in the movies at all?
Oh my god.
The-
Peeves.
Can you let me read them?
Nope.
Sorry.
Because it is Peeves.
I
God.
love Peeves. That's why. I love Peeves.
All of our, 5 listeners that we have now are going to be like, I wanted to play the game, and Paige and
Listen.
Gabby kept ruining it for me.
At our 5 listeners, if you didn't tell us dragon fruit, you're on my list. Second of all, let us know if you want us to get Stephanie Meyer on the podcast.
At the end of this
Because
episode,
that's what I want.
I want to sort her into a house.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay, we'll go with. We'll listen to the options this time. Sorry, I'm listening. Go for it.
Go ahead. What was it? I didn't. Did
Well,
you
no,
ask
we
the
can talk
question?
about Peeves. He's not in there
Oh,
whatsoever.
he's not. Well, I think also it would be hard to do him because he's literally so weird, and I feel like they keep characters in that are like vital to plot, and he is not vital to any plot really. He's vital to my life, but he doesn't matter. Like he doesn't affect something he does doesn't affect anything.
So
It just makes
I
people
always
have
had
a
this
bad day.
visual because a poltergeist, there's obviously you can look up online what that's traditionally supposed to be. It's just supposed to be a ghost that can move shit.
Yeah.
But in my mind, because he's a full figured thing, he was solid. When I was reading the books, I was always like, Peeves is just a solid ghoul,
Yeah.
floating around on a cloud. I honestly thought he was just zooming around on a cloud and doing shit because he flies. And so then I never really thought anything else. I don't know what you guys pictured him as.
In my head I was thinking, okay, so all the ghosts are human people, but they're human size and they look like people still, but they're ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, when I was first reading the books, Peeves was literally just one of the uncles from Casper. He did not look like a person. He just looked like a weird
Literally what I was going to say was a Casper ghost.
yeah, he looked like one
Ah.
of the weird uncles. Now, all the other ghosts, fully detailed, they were people, but they... I don't know what just happened. There was a sound, listeners, or something. I don't know. Anyway, he didn't look like a ghost. Like the other ghosts, he looked like a Casper ghost.
I also just see him just sliding down a banister and just leaving ghost slime. He's like a little Ghostbusters guy.
Yeah, he's that ghost.
Yeah.
Well,
But I
anyway,
loved
there's a
him.
visual of him now because on the Harry Potter game I'm playing on my
Oh
phone.
my god.
I forgot what it's called, but everyone who's a Harry Potter fan has probably at least saw the app
Okay.
for it and said, should I do this or not? And
I'm
on
not a
it they
fan.
have Peeves, and he's a ghost, and he's kind of pear-shaped.
Is he a fat man with a pair
He
of
doesn't, but
pants
he's got
on?
a long toad face, and he's brightly colored. Wait, let me
love
get my
this.
phone. I will show you.
Is he garishly dressed?
Yeah, he kind of looks like a court jester, I guess.
I could also.
Oh, that makes sense.
I could also imagine him in a pair of brown pants. He just looks like an uncle from the 70s, but he's really fat. That's another way that he could look to me. Is he's got a little short mustache, crazy hair, and he's just dressed like it's 1978, and he just found out what a whoopee cushion is. That's what he looks
I
like.
always pictured him younger, I guess.
But I
Not
know,
uncle age.
if I had to picture him now, that's how he would be.
Mhm.
But when I was first reading the books, I was like, oh, he's in a blob. He's not
Yeah.
a human formed ghost. He's just blah.
Yeah, I viewed him as a solid thing but still is zooming around on a cloud. Don't know why.
Let us know how
did
you pictured Peeves.
How did you picture Peeves? But I think it makes sense that he was in the book, one, because, like, literally he was, like, torturing children. What did I say? Books? I don't know how to read. I'm
Confirmed.
Jared. What did I say? My name was Jeremy Luke Bryan. I'm Luke Bryant, and I'm here to say...
I thought you were Camille. Luke Bryan's here?
Hey, everyone.
Welcome.
I'm here to promote my country album. Buy it on iTunes. Bye.
Thanks. That was Luke Bryan, guys.
But I think he was just... Peeves was just torturing kids, throwing things at them, like trapping them in shit. Like, it makes sense. You wouldn't want literally children going to see this movie do not want to watch an old man, like, beat the shit out of other kids. That's what Snape does. Snape's there to beat kids up. You don't need another person to also do it when you've got Snape there to bully them and torture them.
I think I just wanted to see Peeves, at least in book 3 in the movies, because with, like, Lupin sends a piece of gum up his nose. Like, out of the...
Oh, yeah.
And I just thought that, like, that visualization was so funny to me. And also, like, kind of violent. Like, that teachers are just, like, harassing back.
Ghost. Yeah.
Well, like, yeah, they're just, like, giving in, like, the same way. Like, they're just, like... I just thought that was so bizarre.
I also really missed him in, like, the 5th movie, because I think my favorite thing from the book... Well, when we talk about the 5th movie, there's some things I'm upset about. But one of the things is I really like when the Weasley twins are like, give him hell from us, Peeves.
Yes.
And he, like, salutes them, and then the beginning of the next chapter is like, Peeves was true to his word. He went crazy. Like, he was just crazy. And I also really like that Flitwick left a little bit of the pond.
I was going to say I like that.
I really like that. But that's
lit.
That's
book 5, not...
Yeah, that's... We'll get there, and we'll roast that movie on another day, even though it probably is one of my favorite movies.
All right, here's the next question. In the books, Harry's Nimbus 2000 is a secret kept by McGonagall. How about the films? Can I read them first?
Yeah, I wasn't listening. Can you read it again?
Yeah, sure. In the books, Harry's Nimbus 2000 is a secret kept by McGonagall. What about the films? The choices are, who keeps a secret? Dumbledore. Or Harry gets the package with tons of folks around. Or Hagrid gives Harry the Nimbus.
I know the answer.
I'm going to say 2.
It's 2.
Yes, that is
iconic
correct.
scene.
And I think there was a note attached to it that was like, don't open it in the Great Hall. And so he walked out of the Great Hall, started to walk to his dormitory, and Draco was like, what do you got there? And Harry was like, gotta go. Zoop. And he just zipped off. Zoop. I think he did. I don't remember.
In the movie?
No, in the book.
Okay.
He zipped off.
I was like, I don't remember that visualization.
Like, it's just a cloud of smoke and...
Yeah, I think Ron had like a good one-liner. Someone said something really funny at that point. Yeah. I don't remember what it was, but they sassed Malfoy pretty bad.
Yeah, they did.
All right, question 4. In the Chamber of Secrets, Harry's glasses get broken. Who fixes them in the book? Was it Harry, Hermione, or Mr. Weasley?
In the book? Oh.
So his glasses get broken when he goes to diagonally.
Diagonally.
And who in the book?
Which Weasley was it?
Mr. Weasley, Hermione, or does Harry fix them himself?
It was in the book. It was Arthur.
Yeah, and that's a controversial thing because you're not supposed to do magic outside of school. So in the
Hermione
movie,
fixing them is...
she fixes them, and technically she should have gotten caught for doing.
Yeah, because like Harry got in trouble in the... Did Harry get in trouble in the movie for... The cake? Did he get a letter?
No.
In the movie? Well, that's why they could do it, because they didn't have it.
He gets a letter in the 3rd one, when he blows up Aunt Marge.
Yeah, but he didn't get... In the movie, he didn't get a letter. Because in the book, he got a letter that was like, yo, you can't do magic.
He got multiple letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the second one, he only got one letter.
I thought there was like a couple owls.
No, that's in the book 5.
Oh, yeah.
He gets like 15 letters, and like he's like, stop with the ruddy owl. And everyone's like, Vernon, take a chill pill.
In book 5?
Yeah, it's because
I didn't think he got any letters in book 5.
No, because he was at home. He got the Dementor, and then it was another spell, and then it was another spell, and he kept getting all those owls.
Because wasn't there a thing where Dumbledore was like, they didn't want Hermione and Ron talking to him or something?
That was in the 5th book. They weren't allowed to write him letters about what they were doing.
Okay. All right, that makes more sense. I haven't read them yet.
That's all right.
I'm procrastinating.
We've never actually read this
I've
book,
never
so
read a book in my life.
We're just wildly guessing. But he did get a letter in the 2nd book that was like, don't do magic outside of school.
And that was a big difference, is that he like I forgot what the Masons who come over in the second book.
Yeah.
Them. Mrs. Mason actually gets scared
Twice.
shitless by the bird, not the cake necessarily. Like that startles everyone.
Yeah.
Smashing in the other room. They don't see it happen.
Right.
But then when the bird flies in, they're like, she's got this fear of birds, which I mean, like I relate to. I would probably freak out if a bird flew in your window.
Oh, well,
Also,
yeah.
like, how does the bird? Are the windows just always open, and do they not have screens?
They're magical birds. You just fly right through the wall. They're like. I'm doing a lot of whistling today.
Yes.
But that was why I think it was okay in the book or in the movie that Harry just got in trouble with the Dursleys for messing the cake up, and that's why Hermione could do magic in Diagon Alley because Harry didn't get in trouble for it earlier.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to be like, oh, now.
I mean, there's also the argument that Harry got in trouble because it was done in a Muggle residence, whereas Diagon Alley there's lots of wizards around, so they kind of expect like you can only like mediate because they say like Muggle or not Muggle parents, wizard parents have to control their children using magic outside of school. Like they're the enforcers because they know that magic's going to be done at that residence. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But because it's a Muggle residence, they don't actually understand it to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And also, I think in the movie they were trying to remind you, like, Hermione's the smart one. Here she is doing a spell. Like, she knows how to fix those glasses so quick. Like, in case you forgot, Hermione is the smart one. So nobody forgets. I think that was another reason. Like, an introduction to the character, like, Ron's like, hello, I'm busting you out. And Harry's like, cool. And then you see Hermione and you're like, oh, yeah, she's a smart one.
Well, they also make idiots. Ron seem stupider.
Oh, we're going to get into that.
Oh, we can get into it right now if you want.
Complete murder of
or to try to finish this quiz. I don't know how many questions.
Let's just do like if there's more than 10.
Yeah,
I'm breaking your laptop, and that's just how.
I don't know. I didn't do it, so I have no idea. Okay.
All right.
What festive event didn't make it?
I already know
in the films.
I already know.
The Yule Ball. This might cover more than just the first two books. The Yule Ball, Sir Nicholas's Death Day Party, or the Sorting Social, which I'm assuming is just the ceremony.
Death Day Party. Yeah.
Yes. A travesty.
Literally, we have a Google Doc of things we're talking about, and each one of us commented, like, what the fuck? Why wasn't this in the movie?
Yeah, for real.
Well, so Death Day Party was in book 2.
Yep.
And
it was the feast.
Yeah. And it's, because...
the Halloween feast.
Nearly Headless Nick, was near Harry and asked him for a favor? How did that start? I forgot.
No... Peeves know what happened. I know because I just read this book. Harry got in trouble with Filch for tracking mud in or something, and so Filch had brought him to the office. Nearly Headless Nick had seen him go in, and so he got Peeves to make a mess somewhere so that Filch was like, oh whatever, Harry, just get out. And so he was walking with Harry, and Harry was like, thank you so much for doing that. And he was like, it's my 500th death day on Halloween. Could you come to my party? I'm trying to get into the Headless Hut. Would mean a lot if you could come and say how scary I am. And Harry was like, yeah, absolutely. And then Hermione was like, I would love to attend because I think it'd be fascinating. Few live people get to go. And I was like, wow, if that isn't
a queen,
if that isn't Casey. Meanwhile, I'm Ron, who's like, yeah, it'll be cool. Let's go.
I'm the one that's too nice to say no.
That's why you're Harry, though.
Yeah.
You're Harry because he's like, yeah, I'll go.
Whatever.
And then it sucks, but it's fun though.
It's so fun.
As a concept, wild that they just have a bunch of rotted, gross food and they swoop through it, and then the ghosts are like, they ask him, "Can you eat it?" And they go, "No." I can just smell it.
My favorite part was Hermione, completely being rude to Moaning Myrtle, and Moaning Myrtle just freaking out and sobbing and leaving the party because I'm just.
Films did a great job with Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah, she was perfectly cast.
And she was also 30 years old when she played it.
She's very old.
Yeah. And it's fantastic.
But you're really good, whatever your name is. You're
Come
really good.
Be on the podcast.
Be on the podcast, defend yourself.
Even though we just said you're good. Defend yourself. Why are you good?
Yeah. Please explain.
I loved you in Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day, ma'am. She was in that movie. I really like when the Headless Hut showed. It was a very somber atmosphere. The black candles and the blue flames and just like, oh, and the people are playing the out-of-tune violins, and it's so gross and sad. And then all of a sudden, then the Headless Hut just rides in, and they're like, ha ha ha, and they're throwing their heads around, and Nearly Headless Nick is like a hardcore goth, and it's just like, he's ruining my party.
A hardcore goth, love that.
He just wanted to like celebrate his death in like grotesque.
Just wanted to listen to The Cure and be left alone.
Wow, me. But that's my death day. It's just we listen to The Cure. But that's me every day, so whatever. But like they come in and they're like, yeah, and they're throwing their heads around, and Nick's just like, I just wanted to have a sad time, and you're ruining it.
But if you had the choice, would you go to it, or would you want to go to the Halloween feast? I mean, we're talking like there was supposed to be giant pumpkins that Hagrid like used the slug repellent on. Like he was like all about those giant pumpkins that like you could fit 3 full-size men in.
Okay, here's the real scoop. In my scenario, I can only go to one Death Day party. Halloween is every year. Halloween is every day.
But it's only your second year at Hogwarts.
But
and the last one was ruined by the troll.
In my conception of like me at Hogwarts, I'm buddies with Hagrid, and if I wanted to get like, if I was like, Hagrid, could you save a massive pumpkin for me, or like, could I see one? Fair. He would be like, sure. I would want to go to the Death Day thing.
But you
also,
don't get to eat.
I didn't know that when I was going.
I guess true.
I
would go.
Would not pass up the food of the Halloween festives, and would not want to go to a party full of people that I don't know. I would want to stay in my comfort zone.
This is a Taurus.
As I'm a Taurus and I have incredible anxiety.
I want to go hang out with dead people.
Would probably be afraid of a ghost in my space.
Also, it'd be like really fucking cold.
I would really want to
agree, and I'm cold. And I can't eat. No.
You're in a dungeon at Hogwarts
party.
in
the
fall,
so whiny,
surrounded by like hundreds of ghosts.
You heard it here first.
I whine. Like, you would like literally walk in and you'd look and you just go, "Can I go?" And you'd say it in that voice. You'd just be like, "Can I leave?"
Maybe I would try to do a thing where I'm like, "Oh, stay at the Death Day party for like a few minutes, like mingle, and then I'm gonna go upstairs."
Yeah, well, I don't understand why they didn't like leave.
I don't think that they
could. They would be polite.
I would have just been like, Irish goodbye and just dip.
I love an Irish goodbye.
That's what they did. Because the Headless Hut showed up and they were just kind of like...
Yeah, but they stayed too long. Like, they stayed for, like, the entire feast.
I don't know.
Because they mingled for quite a while before he, like, made a speech and then the Headless Hunt came in and all that.
I would go. He didn't even... I would go. I don't think this is...
You're an Aquarius. I feel like you're in the vibe of not going.
Not going. Mainly because I love Halloween and I wouldn't want to miss the Hogwarts feast. I mean, like...
Yeah.
I would just really...
I don't know, man.
Want to see like the bats and everything that they have on the magical ceiling. It would just be so nice.
I would be the muggle baby who was like, I just want to trick or treat, I want to go home.
I would just like walk to other people's dorms and be like, give me candy, and they'd be like, what are you doing? Like, and you tried to get the other muggle kids to go with you and they'd be like, no.
Oh, absolutely.
And that would be cute if you all went. Like the muggle student uprising, you're like, give us candy. Like the
student Halloween uprising.
Like the house elves just like leave little candies all over the place, like an Easter egg hunt, but instead it's like the Halloween day hunt, and you have to go and get them because they're so nice. But see, you're not going to the Death Day party. You both want to go to the feast.
Yeah.
I would go to
the word feast.
I'm going to the Death Day party only because I would want to go, and I'm like, as I said, Halloween is every day, and I will be at Hogwarts the year after unless somehow I'm murdered, which at Hogwarts would not be that big of a surprise.
No, clearly
not. And then
not.
the next year I just have my own Death Day party.
Big move.
I also like that Nearly Headless Nick was nearly beheaded on Halloween.
Yeah.
What a baller. Goals.
All right.
Question 6. What minor character introduces the story of Chamber Secrets in the book? So Gilderoy Lockhart, Sybil Trelawney, or is that his first name? Cuthbert Binns?
Isn't it Binns?
I want to say Binns.
It's Binns.
It's Binns, but like Cuthbert was his first name.
How
do they know that?
His first name is just Professor.
Yeah. Because in the Chamber of Secrets, like in the movie, it's McGonagall. Yeah. And they never show.
They don't show Binns.
Binns is out.
They're anti-ghost in the movie. In the movies, they're anti-ghost. And it's
Ghosts,
just
we're sorry that you weren't represented well enough.
Honestly,
representation.
The diversity is just as bad as you think it is.
Oh my god.
No ghosts, really no people of color. No LGBTQ.
Mood.
But whatever. that's neither. I think there's a ghost in the last movie, but it's only because it's convenient to the story that he's like, I gotta go see Rowena Ravenclaw's kid.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
And I'd be like, you should be thrilled to go see her. You should be psyched. Well, no, she's sad, so you wouldn't be, but...
Okay.
Under ghost... no ghost representation. It's a crime.
This is... I don't know this one. What does the books make clear about Argus Filch?
He's a squib.
He hates potatoes. He's a squib. Oh, okay. I thought it was just going to be a lot of weird things about what food he likes. I didn't read the second one. I just saw he hates potatoes. He's a squib. His cat is actually his mother.
Squib.
That would
He's
be funny.
Squib.
Then it would make if the cat was actually his mother, it would make way more sense that he was so upset when she got petrified.
That was the original plot of Brave.
What?
They were just going to take Filch and Mrs. Norris, pop them in Scotland. Well, they're already in Scotland.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Wow, Brave
At first I
ripped
thought
off.
you were serious. I was like, what did you read about cats? Like,
Brave, come
I mean,
on
it
the show.
wouldn't surprise me if someone said, wait, instead of bears, can they just be like cats?
That's if you wrote that movie.
No, I like the bears.
They're cute.
It's cute.
If you could change your fate, will
Would
Disney
you?
sue me?
Ooh, we're sued.
Clapton Irons off to prison.
Okay, we might have to stop this quiz because it's getting into, like, other books.
Okay,
I think all
hard
the...
pass.
So that's that.
We had fun.
We had fun taking
We did a
that
good
quiz.
job. I did better
I think
than expected.
yeah, well, when you screamed the first answer without even hearing the choices.
Let's talk about Colin Creevy.
Let's move into movie 2. You're right. Let's talk about Colin Creevy, aka one of the most interesting characters in the entire series with the best arc.
Falls into a lake.
Falls into a lake. What is that? His brother falls into the lake.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know that we made that joke once about it.
His brother does.
Listen,
brother
I don't remember anything.
His brother falls into the lake, but he's there. I like Colin for a few reasons. One is I really relate to how eager he is and how excited, like purely excited and enthralled he is just to be there.
You know who's coming trick-or-treating with me?
Colin Creevy. He's got his camera.
You know why you guys are like this? Because you're only children. Where is like having an
We just got
annoying
exposed.
an annoying sibling. Like I was always like on Harry's side. Like get this kid away from me. Like
He wasn't wrong.
No, he wasn't doing anything bad, but it was just more like the annoyance factor. It's like, you know, that it's just like, get away from me. Like, I'm doing my thing. I don't know you. Like, stop, like, fangirling over me. I can't handle it. Like, I got my own problems.
He really did have his own
He had
problems.
his own problems. He was just trying to, like, not die.
Honestly, though, that was the year he was literally just trying to live, like, day to day.
Yeah.
Especially. And to me, like, I could relate to the fact that, like, he felt, even though Colin was just 1 year younger than him, he was like, ugh, I don't have time to deal with him because I know everything about this school now. Like, I don't have time for this. And also, he did, like, have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But I just love Colin.
He's just a cutie.
And, like, he never is less excited about magic. He's always just, like, thrilled. Like, when his brother comes, he's like, yeah!
Yeah.
My brother's here! You fell in the lake? Oh! He's, like, literally, I'm gonna embody him in one sound. Ready? Yes. Whoa! That's Colin Creevy.
Oh my god.
That is Colin Creevy. It's just him going, whoa! Harry! Whoa! Like, are you gonna fly in a broom? Whoa! Like, just so thrilled. And you know how, but probably when he woke up from being petrified, he was like, what? That is the coolest. Wow! He was probably over the moon. Like, thrilled. Does he live? Do we know?
I was going to say, I think he dies.
He
in the
dies.
movies.
Him and his brother both die. Yeah, that was the roughest one. And they were too young. They weren't supposed to be at the fight, but they snuck back in.
Crying. Don't say
They were
that
supposed
to me
to.
right
They
now.
were supposed to escape with the other students.
It's making me really sad.
Why are you? Please don't cry in our second podcast. People are just gonna leave right now and be like, done.
They can't see me.
Yeah, but they can hear your tears.
No, they can't.
You cry so hard, we can hear your tears.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh, how about when they did the polyjuice potion? This is really funny. And they goes, I didn't know you could read.
Yeah, when
The best ad-libbed line
Of
ever.
all time.
Draco Malfoy, Tom Felton.
Good
job.
job. Yeah, great
Get on the
job.
podcast.
Defend yourself.
Prepare to be roasted.
No.
That was
No,
great, though.
he was like the best cast character in my opinion.
He
Yeah.
looked it.
He looked it.
Felt it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's very
he was
spooky.
just a little shit, and it was great.
Yeah. They were very well casted.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
I mean, I don't know though if anything can beat a Harry Potter musical and Draco being played as a woman and rolling around the stage.
No.
That
oh
was
my god,
just iconic.
Absolutely.
I love that. We're gonna talk about that, right? We're gonna have a
We
whole
have
like
to.
4 hours dedicated
Oh
to
my
that.
God. I'm just
Multiple
like
podcasts.
laughing thinking about like Ron hugging the giant chocolate
Let's
bar
go watch Waverly Place.
and just being like, Hermione, that bitch. And like,
Do you know how hard I related to like I can't tell her I like her, then she'll know and I'll look like an idiot. I was like, no one's ever articulated how I felt about anything so clearly as that. Like, why would I tell someone I like them? Because then they're gonna know about it. You
well,
idiot.
we should stop right now and
Yeah,
and
we'll
let
talk about
everyone
that later.
know that like if
That's coming.
you have not, as a Harry Potter fan, seen a Harry Potter musical, go on YouTube right now, type,
Mm-hmm.
and watch it. It's a whole play, so like be prepared to be clicking
It's
on like 20 videos, but it is the best like Harry Potter. I guess it would be kind of fanfic.
Yeah. I met one of my best friends in college because of that. Like, me and my friend Tori, like, that's how we became friends, was watching it. And the whole reason was the Wi-Fi in our building was so slow. And it's in 10-minute increments. It took forever to load. So we would sit there, would load for 8 minutes. We'd watch 10 minutes, and then we'd watch another. We'd have to wait. So, like, we would sit there and, like, talk. I don't even know how we started watching it, but, like, I'm going to see her next week because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's cool.
Shout out.
That's cool.
Shout out to everyone involved. And we'll talk about that another time. That, ooh, I have a thought about time travel, but we'll save it for that podcast.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm reading these things. Death Day Party. Ooh, I do. This is a good note. The fight between Arthur Weasley and Mr. Malfoy.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
wish I would have saw that because there's like a little bit of like a spat, like sassy words and just like looks. But I was like, I would want to see him like just full on
I want to see
Muggle fight.
I wanna see a
because they didn't pull
brawl.
out their wands; they just like tackled each other.
I want to see a brawl, like WWE fight.
Also, another fight that isn't in the movies. Which one? I wrote it down. It said like that Ron and Neville fight Draco and
They do fight them.
Crabbe and Goyle, like
Yeah.
3 against 2, and also like Neville, like poor Neville gets looped into things.
No, I love Neville because like Neville will always like fight. Like he's not gonna.
Neville's your guy.
He's not gonna
Oh,
start.
that's in the first one.
He's not gonna start a fight, but he's gonna
Instead of-
finish it. Like he will fight. He's gonna lose, but he's gonna try.
In the movie,
Instead of
doesn't
cage match.
when he's like, I'm not gonna let you guys go. We need more points. Doesn't he put his fist up? He's like, I'm ready.
Yeah, he's like, I'll fight
That is
you,
He
true.
will fight you.
and he did that in the book too. He was like, I'll stop you, and they were like,
Absolutely.
Aw, we love
Then they're
you.
like, Hermione,
Hermione,
clean this mess up.
Hermione's like, later, bitch, ding dong, and he's out. She just says ding dong.
One of
Oh,
my
I love
one of
that
my
he fights.
favorite things about Hermione is the fact that they always say that she's like this goody two shoes, but she's breaking rules right away.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, I can't really think of anything in the first book that she did that was too bad.
they broke into that. They did the third floor. They did that whole thing.
Yeah, that's true.
They helped the dragon escape.
But she was like not about it. She got roped into that because I mean, in the book, it was like she got locked out from the like her and Neville, like got locked out of the common room because the fat lady just ran away.
Yeah, she had something to do.
She had something to do, and she just left and didn't realize that there was kids still out. And so they were like stuck, and so they kind of got looped into that. But like in the second one, she's just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna like steal from Snape's like
Yeah, we'll
personal
steal from his
wares.
storeroom and
I'll just like
Character
brew a
growth.
potion that I shouldn't even be like able to like figure out how to do. But I'm just gonna do it. It's
I'm gonna
totally
do it.
legal. Not illegal. I don't think it's illegal to brew polyjuice.
Illegal.
Is it it could be
Put
illegal.
into Azkaban.
Well, to
didn't
brew
they have to
polyjuice
get it-
potion, like that seems like a
it's like a sketchy thing to do.
yeah.
I'm sure people aren't like, no,
I wonder
brew
what
that
laws
up.
there are against it because like you can't just like go around impersonating people and like stealing their like DNA.
They do it though.
Yeah, they do it all the time. Well, you got Polyjuice Potion in that book. You got... I feel like it's a sketchy thing to do. I don't think it's... But it was in that spooky book of, like, dark potions with the dark had, like, an E on it, so you knew it was, like, old and scary.
Yeah.
So I feel like I remember in the book it was like they were flipping through the pages and there was like a spell about how to like pictures about a woman growing arms out of her head, and like you could tell it was painful, and I was like, what? Reading this, like, what the fuck? This is some scary shit. Like, those books are scary from the get-go, but you just don't really notice it because you're like, look at these wacky kids having adventures, but you're like, this chick is growing arms out of her head, this person is turned inside out, and they're gonna show you how to make that potion.
Ooh.
Gross.
Hermione has that line, though, that you'll get us killed or was expelled.
And then Ron goes, you got a sword. She got a sword on her right away.
And I feel like making a Polyjuice potion and like that search for knowledge is gonna like overweigh getting expelled like in her brain. So she will break the rules if she's gonna learn some shit and she gets to read a book.
Yeah.
Her light reading.
And she's a little bit of a rebel, like regardless.
Definitely.
She wants to like.
She wouldn't be friends with those two.
I mean,
if she didn't have a
especially
problem
because
with
she
the
like
rules.
helps out with like their essays and stuff. Like she is
Yeah.
like fully okay with like cheating on papers, which I find baffling. I mean, she says that she's like it's she's like proofreads them, but sometimes she just grabs the parchment from them and just finishes it because like Harry's just dealing with too much shit, and she's just like, give it to me, and just does it for him.
She's a good friend.
She's a good friend, and also I feel like she just loves learning and writing and just being like, here's what I know. Like, she's just psyched about education.
Yeah.
An icon.
She's great.
She's amazing.
Welcome to our Hermione. We love you, Cass. Emma Watson.
The three
We
heads
need you.
of Hermione. We just love her. That's it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. There
Well.
ain't no other character that matters.
Should we do fuck, marry, kill?
Yes.
Wait, I don't have one picked out.
Okay, let's see what
We
we
didn't
have.
put any thought into it.
No, okay, I'll pick the three based on these over here.
Wait, Paige, you gotta sing the song though.
I don't fuck. Did I sing a song?
You
What's
sang
the
a song.
song?
Fuck, marry, kill. Who we gonna fuck? Who we gonna marry? Who we gonna kill? Woo.
Puppet.
That
I don't
works.
know what it was last time. Listen, I can't remember things from
I
second
just
to
I
second.
made a list of people who were like in the first second.
Oh, we didn't even talk about.
Oh, what about the people that were missing? Well, that's only two.
Yeah, we did those. But I do want to say, like, shout out to Kenneth Branagh. How do you say his last name? Whoever
Yeah.
played Gilderoy Lockhart. Like, honest to God, perfect casting.
Yes.
Incredible.
Okay, so it should be Lockhart because he's a
Definitely put
main
Lockhart
character
on
in that.
Lockhart, we've got Let's Do Madam Hooch. I'm into that.
Okay.
Okay.
And
We need another professor.
Ooh, I like that.
What did I say, Madam Hooch? I told you I literally can't remember.
Madam.
Let's just do Quirrell, baby.
I think
Yeah.
Quirrell's so fun. Oh, these are
Okay.
all
All right, so
bad.
so fuck, marry, kill. We have
Gilderoy Lockhart.
okay.
Quirrell, who is Squirrel Quirrell. And then he doesn't have a first name.
Fred and George enchanting snowballs to bounce off his turban.
Oh gosh, I don't even know.
That should have been in the fucking movie.
That's
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
It's probably a deleted scene.
I was gonna say I want that to be deleted.
My favorite thing about the first movies is they like literally filmed probably everything.
Yeah.
And then they edited stuff out. So when they have them on like ABC Family or whatever it's called now, and they do like, okay, we've got all the deleted scenes in, it's literally a 4-hour movie. And like I know like it's probably an hour of commercials, but it's still 3 hours long of just like this is what they were doing, and it's like the little things that you're like, oh, I'm happy this is here because it's something that like was important in the book. But those are the three. Those
All
are
right,
the three.
I think I got mine.
Okay, go off.
All right, so kill Quirrell right off the bat. That fucker can just
Cool.
bye.
Cool.
Metal.
Can you do it easy though? Does he have Voldemort on his head when you murder him?
No, because then if he gets detached, then he would already be dead.
Okay.
Because then Voldemort would still live because he would just like
He'd just be like, goodbye.
just swoop away.
He literally just Caspers his way out like,
Yeah.
bye.
I don't know how easy it would be. I don't really care.
Yeah, you're still gonna kill him.
I'm just gonna kill him.
Just gonna do it.
Fuck Madam Hooch.
All right.
Ooh.
And then, whoa.
Why?
Um,
Because you don't have any other good options?
yeah. And because I would want to marry Lockhart.
Why?
Cool. Let's hear it.
Okay, because first of all, he loses his memory, and he's also really rich. So you could just be married to him, have his money, and then do whatever the fuck you want because he's not going to remember.
I thought we were doing
That's
like,
dark, but hey!
Welcome to the podcast.
Casey's murder cast. She talks about people just gonna...
Okay.
Anyway, Gab, what are you gonna do?
Come back to me.
Okay, I already know what I'm
Okay.
gonna do.
Okay.
I am gonna marry Madam Hooch because she's got that job stability, and she's like, I could probably live like nearby. I'm assuming are any of them married if they work there? Nobody knows. I'll just hang out. I'll like cut the
Quidditch field?
the green. Yeah, that's what I'm out there with the pair of scissors every day, just going, hey baby, and she's just flying around.
You have to because, you know, like, Muggle stuff doesn't work in the wizarding world.
Yeah,
so they would be like, we
scissors.
don't know what gasoline is.
Yeah, I've just got scissors, or I don't have magic in this scenario. I just want to be laying on a field just cutting scissors, like with a pair of scissors, just like, okay. Or I've got like a big scythe, and I'm just like, rah. And I don't need a scythe, I just really want one. And then I'm gonna fuck Gilderoy when he still has his memories.
Oh my god. You would just be looking in a mirror the entire time.
We would both be just looking in a mirror. And then I'd kill Quirrell. But I'd want to, like, do it to, like, a song. Like, I'd want to, like, bash him up to, like, a song.
Oh my god.
Like, it's like... like, it's like a camera spins around us both as we stand in, like, fighting positions. And then it just goes... And then we just fight to, like, an epic song. And then he dies and I win. That's the scenario in which I want to do all this stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I guess I would kill Quirrell with or without Voldemort, because either way he's slimy. I feel like it wouldn't be some sort of fight to the death. I feel like it would be a very easy kill.
He would just give up. He would just, like, flop on the ground. All right, I'm done. My best friend is gone.
I just really want to, like...
I don't want to marry Lockhart because I don't want to deal with the memory thing, and I don't want to deal with his attitude. So I guess we would just fuck, and it would be fine. And then I could be like, yeah, I just fucked that author. It's whatever. And I don't know. I don't know. And so then I'd marry Madame Hooch, but she scares me.
Wait,
Yeah, that's... I mean...
I can't imagine...
Like, I feel like I would be intimidated by her.
See, I don't feel like Lockhart's intimidating. Like, you can just, like... He's all... Like, he's so vain that, like,
That would annoy
he
me.
wouldn't...
There can only
he
be
wouldn't...
one vain person in the relationship, and it's got to be me.
Whoa.
So
Hey, boys, just so you know.
can't be vain.
Can't be super vain, so just be
Well,
prepared for
I
that.
can't remember what Madame Hooch looks like in the book. I can't remember how she did, even though I just read
But
them.
I also want to, like, go on, like, flying adventures with her.
Yeah, I think
be
it'd
really
be fun to
cute.
be married to her.
I think it would be fun. And plus, you're right, job stability.
She's got job stability. Like Gilderoy, you know he's out of that job in a year no matter what.
Oh, good point. But he's got the money from the book, so who
Yeah.
cares?
That's true.
He's a liar, though. You're marrying a liar.
Casey doesn't care because he's already got his
Yeah.
Yeah,
desserts.
Yeah, because his memory is gone.
You know what I mean?
He doesn't remember anything. He's just in, like, the hospital ward. And then you can kind of feel like, you know, like, a little bit good about yourself because you're helping this man, even though his memory is gone.
Casey, you're just
That's
trying
really
to
twisted.
justify
You think
it.
I'm the crazy one?
She's over here like, oh, you can feel good
We
because you're
picked
helping a man while you
three
steal his money.
we picked three terrible people for fuck, marry, kill. What do you want me to do?
I don't think Madame Hooch is terrible.
She's scary. She's got yellow eyes.
Love that.
Terrifying. Would you want to look at that for
She's
the rest
like-
of your life?
She's like the nightmare.
She would just, like, sneak up on you and be like, hey, and then you just, oh,
I'm surprised you're not into it though, because you like cats. She just
I don't
got,
want to
like...
marry one.
She has standards.
Sorry. Well, I think those were good. I feel good
Had
about
fun.
those.
Good job.
I feel like we did not talk about book versus movie at all. We just talked about what was annoying.
Who was expecting us to stand task?
Casey, probably a little bit.
I mean, no. I came very little, like, very
Very
unprepared for this.
Shout out to our 2 listeners. We clearly
All right.
care a lot.
Sort Stephanie Meyer.
Oh my god, you're right. Okay, so I don't really know anything about her except that she listened to Muse when she wrote the books. Which is a true fact.
Explains a lot.
So I'm gonna put her in Hufflepuff so she can hang out with Gabby and they can talk about Muse all day.
Ooh, and then, like, she can be friends with Cedric, which is,
Ooh,
ironic.
She can
love
hang out
that.
with Cedric, yeah.
I want to put her in Slytherin. I don't know why. I just do.
Alright, I'm cool with that
I
too.
feel like she's ambitious, and I feel like she'll cut someone down.
And I feel like she would
Just
just
like that's how people who listen to Muse are.
Hey Muse, come on our podcast. So Gabby can fight
If you can play me 2 Muse songs that don't sound exactly the same, then bring them to the
Oh,
podcast.
Okay.
whoa. All right,
I don't know
guys.
why I'm out for blood.
I know, you need to pump your fucking brakes.
Take us home, Casey.
So, if you are interested in us at all and you are just like, I randomly found you guys, you can also find us on Instagram at Nonsense Nargles and Twitter at Nonsense Nargles. We're also on Facebook. And if you're looking for a different place to listen to us, you can also check out our Patreon. We would love if you became patrons. You can listen to the podcast there for free, or you can donate and you get special things. So go check that out. We're also on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, just about any of the podcast apps. So yeah, check us out. Keep on listening.
Woohoo!
We love you guys for hanging in there.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Oh, the word for this week is Casper.
Oh yeah, and we're also on Discord, so you can message us on that if you're into that sort of thing.
We are?
Please do.
Yeah.
I want to hear like everyone's thoughts.
Yeah, so
Come drag us. If you hate it, let us know so we can absolutely change nothing.
Ooh, you should tweet at us.
Please tweet at us.
Yes.
Spam. I forgot Lee Pace was in a Twilight movie.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.